Hi guys, it's James. Thanks for coming to watch. Today I thought we'd do a follow-up on this nifty little guitar. This is a Kramer Focus, which is just about the cheapest guitar on the market at the moment, along with some of the other sort of Squire guitars. I did an unboxing of this recently, and if you watch that, you'll see that I was reasonably surprised with what I got, really. It is cheap, and it feels cheap, so don't be surprised by that. It's pretty plasticky. The fret wires are hanging over the edge and sort of sharp. You might have just seen in the as I was tuning it there, the tuners are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you can twist and twist and nothing happens, and then on the tiniest twist, suddenly you completely change the tune of the guitar. But despite the plasticky feel and the rough frets and the cheap tuners, really it's quite a shocking surprise that it's as good as it is. So what I thought I'd do today is compare it to my American Standard Strat over here, which is a well-loved vintage late 80s Strat that I've spent a lot of money sort of bringing up to a great standard with new pickups and everything. So I'm gonna play with a few different sort of amp setups, from clean and crunchy to sort of really overdriven. I think it could be really interesting for anyone that's looking to buy a first guitar, to see that actually you're not going to be completely handicapped by this instrument. You know, don't expect it to feel absolutely fantastic, but if you're really just learning, it's honestly a pretty good place to start, I think. So let's do some comparisons. I'm gonna just play some simple little demos just for you to really hear what it can sound like. I'm playing through the Kemper today, and we're going to start with a clean matchless Avalon 30, which is a great clean sound. If this guitar constantly goes out of tune, I'm really sorry. It's very difficult for me to keep it in tune and to keep pausing for that. It's mad. I think you can hear there it's already out of tune. Give me another second. I mean, I literally just touched the peg and it went down. This is not a good advert for this guitar, but I can't imagine that the other ones in the same sort of range are going to be a whole lot better. Okay, let's go with that, and you're going to have to put up with it. So first of all, you know, the neck probably needs a setup. It does look a little bit, something not quite right about it. I'm not sure it was like that when I first got it just 2 weeks ago, so it could just be that there's a lot of play in the neck. Okay, you can see there the E, having literally just been played for a second, has completely changed. Let's go with that. Mad. I think it's time to peel off some of this plastic that's getting in the way. Oh, I touched the string. That means it'll be out of tune there, I'd have thought. All right, take 2, 3, maybe. Certainly there's nothing to complain about really with the pickups. You know, I'm not saying you can compare them to fantastic top level custom wound pickups, but these are Alnico 5s. And they are doing something. mean, the action could do with some work. And, you know, the bridge does have, you know, properly intonated bridge, and you can change the action up and down. So actually you could set this up. And obviously it's got a proper truss rod screw at the top. There is some like jangling and some like little buzzes here and there. I've heard much worse on these cheap guitars, even up to the £200-300 range, where they feel completely unplayable, and yet Kramer have managed to come out with something that Okay, so let's go to the bridge pickup. I think this is the one that might excite a lot of people, the reason you might buy it, this humbucker. I mean, to be honest, the tone control doesn't really do a lot on that pickup. This plastic is being a right pain in the arse. They've really got it stuck down under the controls. Okay, right, let's go for the demo. I've given you what really are all the negatives here. It is plasticky, it has bad wires, terrible tuners, and of course your pickups are fine, they're good, they're nothing special. You know, a tone hound is not going to be falling in love with this, but I don't think it's made for that reason. So, okay, let's do clean in the bridge and the neck pickups. We'll flip between guitars, we'll do a few little demos, and I'm just going to have to tune this again first. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this guitar feels great. It's got new fret wires, which are beautiful. They're big. New tuners, actually, I've put on here, the Goto ones. They work really fantastically. Custom 62 pickups from Monty's. So, you know, generally this has no plastic feel to it whatsoever, which is lovely. And there's just something about the setup which works for me. But, you know, who knows? You could possibly do that. Another thing I'd be interested in positions 4 and 2, you get the real Strat, jangly, or bell-like tone, should we say. So let's compare those. So this is the Strat on position 4. Position 2. especially that position 2, I find has that great distinctive Strat tone. So I'd be really keen to see if we can get that sound out of the Kramer. Okay, and then position 2. This is a bit different, obviously, having the humbucker setup. So maybe I should have thought about that first. You're not necessarily going to get that position. You know, I think actually it's great because it's got its own tone. You know, it's not just completely bland and mixed. You know, that humbucker in there gives it an edge of its own. So let's compare the Strat and the Kramer on the bridge pickup. Okay, it's a humbucker, so it's completely different from what I normally find in my Strat. It's actually got some meat on the bones, which is pretty cool. Okay, I think it's time to move on to a crunchier sound. Let's go for the Tone King Clean Plus. So it's just been pushed a little bit. This should be a great sound, I think. Middle position. All right. Well, it's a good sound. the humbucker on the Kramer, it gives me food for thought. I've never thought I'd wanted a Strat that's in the HSS setup, but I might actually look for one. That could be fun. That could maybe be one of the next guitars, like a player Strat in an HSS, or even a Squier. Yeah, maybe that would be a great step up to see what a £300 Squier is like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see a comparison actually between the Kramer, a Squier at the sort of £300 mark, and then this American Standard. So, all right, let's go for the middle pickup. And then the neck. Okay, let's move. Okay, I think we should move on to the high gain sound, and I've got something pretty cool here, I think, which is the JCM 800. That's the sort of 80s Marshall sound, which is completely... Okay, let's run through the pickups on this and then on the Kramer. Okay, bridge pickup. Right, let's see what the Kramer can do. Okay, so in the... Let's tune it first. Close enough. Right. Bridge pickup, this should be fun. Well, I mean, I've got to say, my wrist and my fingers are more tired than normal playing this because it's just a bit of an effort to get up and down. But I mean, it's a good workout in a way. You know, it's good exercise for the hand. But it sounds okay. You know, I mean, it's very hard when you get to these high gain sounds because you know the amp is doing a lot for you, and anyway, the Kemper just sounds so good plugged directly in. So, in that sense, is it a fair test? Well, I mean, you know, does this answer that age-old question? Cheap guitar, expensive amp. Maybe we should do more videos about that. But anyway, I think I'll leave it there today. Basically, all I can say is this is not a dog. I mean, it's not trash. You know, if you're really starting out, I could highly recommend this, even compared to you know, that Strat, which has been with me forever. This is a passable guitar at £100, $130. Absolute steal. And who knows, you could even get these tuners replaced. It wouldn't be that expensive. And everything else on here, apart from the fret wires, which I would just leave, you'll get used to it. All right. Okay, so I'm going to hopefully do some more videos with this soon. So if you like this sort of content, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. It's really appreciated. And let me know down in the comments other guitars you'd like me to test, perhaps in a sort of cheap versus expensive type video. All right, have a good day. Cheers.